Okay, let's have a stretch. Let's have a whole run through a whole overall body stretch. So why is stretching your muscles of your body important? Well, if you're doing your workout, whether it's been resistance training, whether it's been cardio, aerobic training, your body's warm, your muscles are warm, they've been on the go. So just taking some time to have a stretch at the end of your workout just allows you to release the pressure and the tension on your muscles and just gradually bring your body temperature down before you go walking out the door. Stretching your muscles is also going to increase the range of movement of your muscles, okay? And that simply means that if I want to do something like a quad stretch, and the first time around I can only bring my foot up to here, and that's as far as I can go. After I've been doing it for a while, I can bring it back down to there. I've increased the range of movement of the muscles in my body, and that helps with the overall strength of your body. Quite often you'll find that you're doing a workout, you're doing a move, you get to that point in your workout that you've always found it really hard to push past. It might not be just about the strength of your muscles, it might be because you're struggling with the range of motion of your muscles. It's putting that extra stress in your muscles. So for these reasons, stretching is important, okay? So we will start down on the ground. Now, normally, you might be putting the yoga mat down, just some kind of surface is quite a good surface here, but just soft enough, but still with the support. Personally, I like, at the end of a workout, if I can, just to start by just lengthening out my whole body. So on your back, push your feet out, push your hands out as far away from your body as you can. Brace through your core, keep your lower back nice and close to the ground. So ideally you want to get your lower back in a nice neutral position. Neutral position for your spine generally means that you can probably just slip your hand flat just underneath your lower back, but there's really not any more room than that. So you need to brace through the core, stabilise here, make sure the lower back is not arching up too much and it's staying nice and close to the ground. Then just push your arms out, push your hands out, as far away from you as you can. Release through your hip flexor by doing this, release through your upper back by doing this. You hold that for a while, just as long as it feels comfortable. And then come over, face down towards the ground. So knees in behind your hips, knees probably slightly turned out, so your feet might be touching each other or pretty close to it. Arms out in front of you, bit of a tuck in your chin, so you've got some good length through your neck, so you're not straining your neck. And then again, as always, brace through your core to stabilise your body through the core, and just stretching through the upper back, just pushing down a little bit into the muscles of the forearms and the heels of the hand. Going to release your back right there. Another one for releasing the back is lie on your back again. One leg is out, bring one knee up, and then just take your hand to the outside of that thigh and just gently pull that over this way, just to the point where you're releasing your lower back. So, as with anything, if you're just starting out, do not push this too far. Just the tiniest bit of pressure on there, or just pull it around and start to release your lower back. Then, when you're a bit more advanced, you can just push it a bit further. But again, make sure you're bracing through your core, stabilising through your core, and engaging through your upper back, and then that will just release your lower back a little bit. Do that on the other side, so strengthen the legs, just let that release, so lengthen the legs and let that release. Bring your other knee up, and then again, hand to the outside of that thigh. I always like to put the hand on the thigh, on the muscles, not really on the joints, so I try to avoid putting the stress into the joints and just put pressure into the muscles, and then just gently pull that over, just feel the lower back releasing there. And then again, just if you're going to push it, start to push it further, bracing through your core to make sure you're stabilised down, you're not twisting through your back, but rather that you're bracing through your core, engaging through your core, engaging through your upper back, and then just releasing the lower back like that. And then we try some for your legs, and of course you can try these for as long as feels comfortable. You might start with say 15 or 20 seconds for each move if you're just beginning, and then you just push it that little bit further every time. So anything with exercise, if your body is here and you want to try to get it to there, you're not going to get there by trying to jump there straight away, because your body's just going to come jumping straight back to here. If you're here and you want to get to there, just take it a little bit further each way. So a stretch for the hip flexors. So your feet are hip width apart for your balance, heels down into the ground to engage your glutes there, one knee down at 90 degrees, one knee's up at 90 degrees, and then just pushing your hips just a little bit forward. So you get that release and stretch through the hip flexor there. Hold that for about 15 or 20 seconds, however long that's been. I wouldn't have a clue. I can't see the clock. Swap sides on that. So knee down at 90, knee up at 90, hips just slightly forward. Just get your release going through that hip flexor. Then hamstring stretch on this foot. So your foot comes forward, your toes are up, fingers down to the ground if necessary for a bit of support. Just get that nice release down through the hamstring. We'll do that on the other side, so carefully bring that foot back. Take this one out, take it forward, bring the toes up, bring the fingers down for support, and get that release going down through the hamstring there. So quick look at that one from the side. So knee down, knee up. And then, yep, take that leg forward, bring the toes up, get a release going down through the hamstring. And again, just on the other side, same deal. All right, then gently, carefully, up onto your feet. Another way to release the low back is just heels under your hips, elbows down into your thighs, just lifting your back up a little bit towards the ceiling. That should release your lower back. And then another release for the upper back. Just stand up tall, cross your arms, clasp your hands, bring your chin down to your chest. That will release your upper back. Then a stretch for the calf. Just 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Keep a slight bend in each knee, so you always want to keep a slight bend at least in your joints. You never want to lock in the joints and put the pressure onto the joints, okay? You want to release the joints and put the pressure into the muscles. The muscles are there for the work, the joints are not. So don't lock in your knees, you're putting pressure onto your knees. Release the knees, keep them slightly bent, and then keep that back heel down on the ground, and you're getting a release going down through that calf. You can just, if you bring it forward a little bit more, just extend that release and stretch into the calf just a little bit more. Keeping the chest up, never collapsing down, just keeping everything up and engaged and nice and strong. Swap sides on that one. Take the other foot back, heel down on the ground. Feel that release in the calf, keep that back knee slightly bent, keep the front knee a little bit more bent. And then you can just bend that front knee a little bit more and just put a little more of the stretch into that calf. So looking at that one from the side, you've got that foot slightly forward, foot slightly back, front knee bent more than the back knee, heel down, back heel down on the ground. So you can get that release going through your calf. And on the other side, okay, so release the calves. Now, we do a quad stretch. So pick up 1 foot, bring your heel up to your backside, bring your knees together, and your hips just slightly forward, your other arm probably going out to the side for a bit of extra balance. Eyes looking down, say 2 or 3 meters ahead of you on the ground. And that will stretch the quads, so the front of your thighs, basically. So do that on the other side. So heel to backside, knees together, hips just slightly forward, bracing through your core to keep your balance, just engaging through the glutes here to keep your balance as well. Quad stretch, give that a bit of a squeeze from the side. So heel up to your backside, knees together, hips just slightly forward. And the other side. Okay, so we've had a go at the legs there. Let's have a go at some work for the stretches for the top half of the body. We'll start with the shoulders. So, simple stuff. Just take one arm across your body, bring the inside of this forearm to the outside of the forearm on that side. Again, just enough pressure so you can feel the stretch going through the outside of the shoulder, but not so much that you're actually putting undue or unwanted stress or pain into your body. It's not about pain, it is about pressure into the muscles, but it's not about pain. Do that on the other side. Stretch your triceps out, so take one arm up, take the elbow down your back, take the other arm up, push that elbow down, that'll stretch out through your triceps, get a bit of a stretch down that side of your upper back as well. Other side on that one, so both arms up, release, other arm goes down your back, push down with the elbow, push down that elbow with the hand from the other side. That's going to stretch out your triceps. Bicep stretch, take your arms to the back corners of the room, thumbs are up, should feel that release through your biceps. Let's release that the other way, thumbs down, thumbs back up again. Then hand out to the front, put your fingers back from the other side. Go the other side on that. Open up your chest, roll your shoulders back, and really open the chest and roll the shoulders back. Get the stretch across your chest. You can take one leg in behind the other leg, iliotibial band stretch. So down the side of your body, take one leg in behind the other leg, same arm as the back leg goes up and over, push that hip out a bit. We'll do that on the other side. Pushing the hip out towards the other side. Quick release your torso, so take your feet wide. And that's just an example of a few stretches that can form a whole overall body stretch routine for you. Like I say, first time when you're starting out, maybe holding your stretch for about 15 or 20 seconds, resetting your body for 15 or 20 seconds in between before you do the same stretch on the other side. As you get better with what you're doing, you'll be able to hold them a bit longer, you may be able to take each stretch a bit further. Always thinking about how your whole body is positioned during the stretch. You always want to have your core engaged. This is the power base of your body. So whatever way you're moving your body, you always want to have your core engaged. There's plenty of other stretches that we'll go through over time, but I hope you enjoyed those ones for starters.